Hey y'all, this is my review for the Real Housewives of Miami, Season 4, Episode 5. We're doing singular episodes now, thankfully, and I just gotta apologize for my last video because I was butchering so many people's names. From Julia, I was calling her Julie, her wife, Martina, like what was I calling her? Marina or something? Marisol, I was messing that up. I was calling that other chick Alexis when it was Alexia. I think I got it this time. And I'm enjoying this franchise, so hopefully, it's new to me still. Bear with me. Anywho, we open up this episode with Julia and her wife Martina. Julia, she's like milking a goat right now. I've never had goat milk in my life, and I'll keep it that way. I'm good. So they're talking, and I love them as a couple. They are so cute. But then Martina is still stuck on that foot massage child. Like, she's like, oh, so you're getting your hands dirty with an udder, and how many times in 13 years have you given me a foot massage? Once. And then Julia's like, well, I just don't like giving foot massages. Oh, okay. And then cue production reminding us when she just gave a foot massage to somebody that was not her wife. In her confessional, she says that she's a flirt. And, that's fine, but I think I get jealous really easily. I mean, God knows how long it's been since I've been in a relationship, but I would imagine that, yeah, I'm gonna get jealous if I see my man flirting. It is what it is. Martina has every right to be perturbed. So now they're discussing like the fight that happened last night at her birthday party between Adriana and Gertie. I am on Gertie's side. Adriana was so out of pocket and just being so rude. But Julia is making it out to be that both women just have feisty personalities and it was just inevitable that they would clash. I think your friend Adriana is just jealous of Gertie. By the look on Martina's face, I don't think she really cares for Adriana that much. I don't blame her. So next scene we're with Gertie and her husband. They're on a date right now. Again, another cute couple. Like, I like them together. Her husband is just such he is so laid back, like super chill. Like, he's just like, yeah. And she's just so fiery and talkative. Like, I love you, John. I love you. Cheers to us. Yeah, I'll get this. Remember, honey, when you took my weave out? Like, you were a kid. Like, she is like this. And he is just like so chill. I don't know. He looked like he'd be tearing it down in the bedroom, though. Maybe that's why, he's a keeper for her. And also, they've been together since high school, too, so they just really know each other. So maybe that's it. But yeah, opposites definitely attract in this situation. Side note, was the server nervous because their armpits was extremely sweaty? Like, oh my God. I'm not sure if I would trust a server with sweaty armpits, handling my food or whatever. I don't know. And shout out to the editing team because they are cutting the fuck out of this scene. Like when they cheers, her drink is already half gone. And then when they're talking again, her drink is filled back up. When you're sitting in front of a computer for hours editing, you notice shit like that. She's having a full-on conversation with her husband and he is just nodding and listening. We are learning a little bit more about Gertie in this scene though. While she is telling him about the beef she had with Adriana, which I know he don't give a shit, she is talking about other things in her confessional, saying she's going through a lot of emotional hardships. And we already know that she lost the baby. And now she's telling us that she lost her brother and his kids in the earthquake in Haiti, which I cannot imagine how devastating that is to lose a sibling as well as their children. That is insane. That's the type of pain you carry for the rest of your life. No lie, her husband Russell probably said 10 words in this scene. So next scene, we're with Marisol and her husband, and they're waiting on Alexia. Got the name right. They're waiting on Alexia and her fiance to meet them. Alexia looked like she nowhere near meeting them. And she said, oh yeah, I'm gonna be there. So she's on CP time. And as Marisol and her husband waiting on them, they are downing the cocktails. A+ for production using a bubble lens to show how much they're drinking right now. Knowing production, they probably only had 2 drinks and they made it seem like they having 4 or 5. So Alexia and her man finally arrive, and then the topic of conversation is Alexia's wedding coming up, and then the bachelor party, bachelorette parties. And then Marisol brings up Gertie finding her a venue. You see Alexia's eyes cut. And I'm just hoping, oh Lord, I hope Gertie and Alexia don't get into it. And I hope that Gertie successfully plans Alexia's wedding. Because from what I've been seeing from the last 4 episodes, Gertie has been trying her best to appease Alexia, and Alexia isn't meeting her halfway on trying to make this wedding special for her. We see in Alexia's confessional, though, that the reason she's dragging the wedding is because she really wants her son to be a part of it, but her son is beefing with her fiance right now. So next scene, we're at Larsa's house, and Adriana is over, and the friend of Kiki comes over with her daughter, too. And they are discussing Larsa's OnlyFans, and, you know, how much she charges or whatever. It looks like Adriana's interested in doing her own OnlyFans since she sees that Larsa's making $10,000 a day doing it, allegedly. There's a little shade in Larsa's confessional saying, yeah, she can see Kiki doing OnlyFans, but Adriana, she doesn't seem like the OnlyFans market. Okay, Larsa, now she like just coming for Adriana. She's like, Adriana be lucky if she could get $5 for pictures of her feet. Damn. I'm trying to see, is Larsa's daughter out the room, or are they really discussing this in front of her? Yep, both daughters are in the room. At least one is a toddler, but the other girl, like, she's like, what, 12 or 13? And they're just discussing their OnlyFans. Larsa, your daughter is like, what, a preteen? She knows what OnlyFans is. I'm pretty sure she does. Next scene, we're with Nicole, and her house is just, it's fucking amazing. Like, wow. So Nicole's mom is over, and they're just talking and reminiscing about when she was a child. And then her mom brings up her father, and then they're having a whole discussion about that. Her dad's like an ex-con for like a white-collar crime. Her relationship with her dad is a little rocky. I'm guessing it's due to when her dad was incarcerated and her life changed for the worse. Like all the money just vanished in restitution or something. And they had to really struggle, so maybe she just blames her dad for that. Anywho, yeah, they talking about that. We are like in the middle, like we like 20 minutes in now. I needed to pick up. I'm getting a little bored. So next thing we're with Adriana and one of her fine boyfriends. He looks a little bit like Lenny Kravitz mixed with, y'all know Kelly Ripa husband? Like a combination of those two. Anywho, he is fine, and for some reason he is dating this woman who has a 4-month rule. I would fuck that man after 4 minutes. Maybe I'm saying too much. I'm sorry. I should be saving this for the Patreon. Anywho, yeah, they're going car shopping. Oh, and look who pulls up. Her sidekick and partner in crime, Julia. Lord, here we go with the sexual tension again. Then we see Adriana in her confessional saying, yeah, hanging out with Julia, it just made me want to explore, you know, my sexuality. And this woman is married, so you can't get with her, you know that, right? But yeah, Adriana said, you know, she's divorced now and she don't mind a little snatch. So Julia brings up to Adriana like the fight that she had with Gertie, just letting her know that Gertie was really upset and she would really like them to get along. And you know, all Julia gotta do is just wink or just touch the small of Adriana's back, and Adriana's just gonna do whatever she says. So Adriana is just gonna give Gertie another chance, even though she thinks that she wasn't in the wrong. Next scene, we're with Alexia and her bomb-ass penthouse. Look at this fucking house. Look at the view. Like, they have to be at least 40 stories up. Oh my God, that talk about wealth. And then thank y'all in the comments for updating me that her husband was in the coke game or something. I need to check that out. I think it's called Cocaine Cowboys or something. Yeah, thank y'all for letting me know. I'm gonna check that out on Netflix. Anywho, she's talking to her fiance right now. So Alexia's talking about her mom and hopefully, you know, she'll make it to the wedding. And I heard that her mom died on her wedding day. Like, if somebody can confirm that for me, because just, oh my God. Like, this woman needs a break. Like, God, give this woman a break. You have put so much on her. Like, so much drama in her life. The next topic of conversation is her discussing her asshole son, and her fiance says, yeah, I talked to him, and I think we're in a better place now. For now. Next scene, we're with Larsa and Lisa meeting up, and Lisa, I guess, is being asked in her confessional what she thought about Larsa, and then we see the throwback picture of them, and Larsa just looks completely different, and it's jarring. Like, she looks like Kylie Jenner. Like, basically, she put Kylie Jenner's face on hers. It is so creepy. Like, she actually looks like a combination of Kylie Jenner as well as Golnessa from Shaws of Sunset. I do love this leopard blazer that Larsa is wearing. Like, she looks bad in a good way. So they're both discussing their marriages. Like Lisa, she's still trying to like get that sweet spot in her marriage. It looks like her husband don't even like her. And it looked like he had the mindset it's cheaper to keep her, clearly. And then Larsa, she's talking about, the reason she left Sky is because, she just felt like she couldn't do what she wanted and he wasn't supportive. I want to hear about the Kardashian mess. Like, why she don't fuck with them bitches anymore? Like, was it because of the Tristan thing? With the headlines now, she should be laughing. So next scene, we're with Nicole and her husband. They really doing just like the separates today. Like, none of the wives are getting together or anything. It's just either two or separate scenes. And I'm like, I don't know, y'all. They got me hooked on this show. Don't get me unhooked. I need some drama now. So she's saying her and her husband are foodies, and the way he's ordering, that is the way I order sometimes. Every month now, I treat myself to like a nice restaurant, like a Zuma or a $3 sign or more restaurant. I'm gonna treat myself. I will say, watching this show, I'm writing down the places they going, because when I go to Miami, I feel like I'm always going to the same places. And God, I hate South Beach in Miami. Like, if I could go to Miami next time, I want to stay downtown, Brickell, or Wynwood area. I don't want to be nowhere near South Beach. If you're in Miami supporters, let me know. Let me know some places to go. Where y'all like to go? Ooh, the conversation now has turned to Adriana since her husband bought one of Martina's pictures that Adriana hosted. And they were just talking about how bad of a host she was as far as the liquor and not knowing about the paintings. Like, they kind of reading her right now, and now it's getting a little personal when she's talking about, oh, well, her relationship with Julia is pretty odd, with the foot rubs and stuff. Damn, okay. Drag her. So now she's talking about her deadbeat ass dad again, and she's thinking about rekindling their relationship, on behalf of her son, because she wants her son to have a grandfather in his life. Okay. Do what you do. I don't really care about this plot line, but, I hope everything works out for her. So next scene, we're with Alexia again, and the whole family's here, like her two sons and her fiance. So it looks like they're getting along right now. And of course, the topic of conversation is Alexia's wedding coming up. So I already noticed how Alexia's fiance is throwing a little few digs in her son's direction. Like, I heard the flower girl comment, and then about changing the wedding date because, we don't want to give that to you as a birthday present. Okay, the scene gets a little tense, y'all. So Alexia leaves the room so her son and her fiance can talk it out. And we see her in the back just hoping everything just goes okay. Oh, I love Alexia's relationship with her son. So nice. The nice one. The one that unfortunately got into the car accident. So the fiance and the asshole son, I need to figure out their names. I'm sorry, y'all. I think his name is Frankie. I think it is, but right now it's the asshole son. So I think the reason they're beefing is because Frankie gave the younger brother some weed, and the younger brother has like a mental disability from his car accident. So maybe the weed off-kicked something, but he passed out and they had to call 911. And I think the fiance called the older son a loser, and that's where, they got into it, and it's been rocky ever since. So now they're having a conversation about the younger brother and like spending more time with him, just being present. So it's an emotional moment right now. The oldest son is now crying, and then Alexia sees he's crying, and then she's crying. So now Alexia jumps into the conversation. It looks like she's defending her son's actions just a little bit. Okay, so now I see where it went left. So now the fiance is saying, well, yeah, it should be easier for you to play basketball with him instead of just giving him a joint. So that's dagger number 3 that fiance did. The tension is just so high right now. You can feel it. Okay, I'm getting the names, y'all. So Frankie is the younger son. Got it. So now they're talking about Frankie's circumstances and just adjusting as a family. And now Todd, the fiance, is calling her out saying you guys haven't really been doing a lot. And this now creates an argument between him and Alexia. The fiance keep bringing up this weed incident. Like, damn. I thought it was going to go into a better direction, but it's getting worse. I think all of them need some counseling together. They need a professional or mediator with them during this conversation. So now as Alexia's going back and forth with her fiance, her son's trying to jump into the conversation. She's trying to tell him, don't get into it right now. It's just me and Todd talking right now. This is so cringe to watch because they're having this whole dialogue about Frankie in front of Frankie. And the fiance, as an outsider, is trying to call out the mom and the brother for not being there. And I think he's really overstepping his boundaries personally. And definitely not something to air them out on camera. So as he's trying to call out Alexia, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? She's like, well, now what are you doing? And he's like, he's not my son. Fuck. With him right there behind him. And she's like, well, he's gonna be your stepson. He's gonna be living here. Well, y'all, I asked for drama and now I'm getting it. I really thought I was gonna be on the fiance side, but he is really like stepping out of line right now. And if I was the asshole son and you talking to my mom like that in front of me, I think we're gonna have a problem. So I actually don't mind the asshole son right now for jumping in because he just called his mom an enabler. I mean, this is something to like talk about in counseling or something like that, not like in this setting. And then he just threw another dig at the older son as well, you know, saying that when he used to work for him and look how that turned out. Like, now we got the asshole son and the asshole fiance. Yeah, so the son and the fiance are now going back and forth on Frankie's behalf. And now the son is threatening to beat him up. And the fiance is like, okay, yeah, and I'm gonna fight your ass back. This scene also does not bode well for the older son because he's in the news right now for domestic violence against the woman. And just how fast he was to throw hands in this situation, I mean, now it's like, okay, does he have anger issues? But I will say in this scene, it's almost fully warranted because Todd is a little out of line. He's overstepping his boundaries. Alexia is trying her best to diffuse the situation, and she's begging them to stop on her behalf. And the fiance is like, no, because this is your fault. Okay, I'm starting not to like the fiance now. Like, he is really holding her to task right now. Yeah, and the fiance is not backing down. He gives no fucks right now. He's talking to Alexia like, you enable your son to do this to his brother. Then she gets up and she's like, you know, you need to stop. You really do need to stop. And then the oldest son, he is ready now. Like, he raising his sleeves up. I think he about to take his watch off. Oh my goodness, this is such a real scene. The fiance is being very judgmental right now. Like, they really do need a mediator between all of them. And also, it's just really not his place to be judging him so harshly like that. I mean, I get it. They've been together for like, what, 4 years? But still, like, yeah, this is, wow. Whose side are y'all on? Because I'm just like, I mean, he's calling them out on their shit, but again, like, you still gotta like just watch your boundaries. And could somebody get poor Frankie out the room? Somebody? The fiance just sitting here just smug right now, still going at it. You know, I meant what I said when I called you a loser. I meant it. Like, he's just really being an asshole right now. It looks like it's finally de-escalating now that Alexia is taking some ownership of what her fiance was throwing at her. He's still saying that, you know, y'all need to be better. And then the older son is like, yeah, maybe we do need some help. Thankfully, this whole thing de-escalated, but I really thought the son was about to be on ready and just charge at him. That would have been a good fight though, because I'm not sure which one of them would have won. Because the fiance think he Tony Soprano right now talking to them. Wow, after almost coming to blows, they hugging now? Wow. I'm thinking maybe this is just the culture, like their culture, because I don't know, I can't do that. I would not be in that place. Whew, and that is where the episode ends. Yeah, y'all, this was a slow ass episode. I would say like 35 minutes in, I was just like, tick tock, TikTok, I need something. And then they really gave it to us. I mean, Alexia, again, the focal point of this franchise, her and her drama is just never ending. It really is. So yeah, that was a real conversation they had. I don't think they were acting at all, but just the way that they were able to hug it out at the end after all those tough words. I mean, I admire that. Anywho, y'all, let me know what y'all thought about the episode. Did y'all like it? And about this fight at the end? Let me see what the next episode gives. Okay, episode 6 look like it's gonna give. We see all the ladies together finally. You know, I hate Housewives episodes where all the ladies aren't present at least once. I need that. Anywho, yeah, it looks like it's going to be a good episode next week. It's going to be this week since I'm pretty late with my review. So y'all should see that later in the week as well. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see y'all for the next episode or on Patreon. Bye.